guys,
have a sniping
kita
potential with
masuk
the
di
final
game
flash
yang
all the time because
pertama.
you're always gonna find the angle to initiate, and
Onic
that
Sport
will be
melawan
good in
FireFlux
combination with both the carry as well as
Esport ya
Martis.
guys ya.
These two heroes are heroes that can actually confirm kills, right? So they're sweepers in general. Carry, if you pop the ultimate, you have enough
Oke
attack
cuy,
speed to burst on a hero, and
kita
for
geser
the
dulu ya guys ya.
Martis, you have the decimate. So the game plan here for Onic is to confirm the kills, to actually finish the job every time.
Oke,
And that's what
fokus,
FireFlux
fokus, fokus.
Esports um, kind of have a disadvantage on because they're a sustained kind of lineup. They have
Martis,
low HPs but high
Lilia,
sustains. So Onic and
Ruby
FireFlux can
Kiboy,
pick this composition up.
Yeah, some high-level drafting
dan Boots.
indeed from both sides of the table as we go through the virtual into Land of Dawn. FireFlux Esports, all the way out from Turkey, making it into the semifinals, going up against the last standing team out from Indonesia. Onic, who will be able to claim
Indonesia,
victorious
Onic.
in this best of 3 for the semifinals and claim their spot in the grand finals to face AP Brent.
Onto the matchups, I believe that the carry has a
Yang
easier
menang
time in the upper stages, but
lawan
late game,
Api Brand,
100% you're gonna have to
yang
go through the
kalah
blood.
lawan
Onto it's
RRQ.
easy versus Arlot, and already Sans has forced the passive on the Nana. Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, luckily the Molina's gift worked in his favor to keep
Albert,
him alive, but that's a lot of early game damage.
carry
We're
Onic
gonna go ahead and
Albert.
see Onic trying to take the advantage. I mean, they are running the Martis inside of that jungle, right? We know he's an early aggressive jungler and can definitely sniff out those low HP opponents. FireFlux Esports, you mentioned it as we were jumping into the draft. They're a team that kind of focuses on team-oriented clashes, and that's kind of how they prioritize their draft. Now, they did something interesting. They pulled out the Lunox in the jungle. Up against a team like Onic, we got to see how this kind of plays out, right? Can it kind of deal the damage they're looking for
Di
and take these
turtle yang
neutral
pertama,
objectives?
bagian
We
atas.
see Kairi kind of bridge that gap in the early game with the Martis.
Arlot Boots.
Well, they have to utilize this Martis in that regard. They have to ride the momentum, if you get my meaning. They have to start fast for Onic because late game, this burst composition from Onic or confirmed kills kind of composition might not be that good anymore
Kalau
because
dari
that means
draft
that the
picksnya bagus
blood
ya,
is
Onic
already
ya.
very strong, a little bit tanky with Wind of Nature, and the Purify is
Ada Martis, ada
more
Arlot,
usable in the latter portions of the game.
ada
And of course,
Ruby.
Apex 47 with just a little bit of an opening can pop the Minoan's Fury.
Yeah,
Wah, gila Boots.
over this turtle, trying to take the advantage. Kairi,
Kairi dapat.
able to claim it for Onic
Mati
and
tuh,
maybe able to
mati
get a
tuh.
kill. Tries to go in, find Alien, not able to close the distance.
Sabar,
They're able to
sabar,
take this
sabar,
first neutral
sabar.
objective.
Objektif, objektif, objektif.
Looking really good for Onic, especially with Boots again being on point. Not the best performance from him in the M5 World
Gila
Championship,
chance.
but definitely games of the future. Started in the group stages so well, and then now in the playoffs, he's looking really good when it comes to his form.
Yeah, definitely looking really strong so far. That will give them a massive XP boost for the side of Onic. They are slightly ahead in terms of gold already, leading by 1,200. And we know Onyx is one of those teams, even with the littlest advantage, can go a mile. Right now, FireFlux Esports, this may be their toughest challenge yet. But let's not discredit them. They did take down one of the highest decorated teams inside of the Philippines.
Networknya unggul Onic 1000
right before this
di
yesterday.
menit ketiga.
Inside of the quarterfinals, and now having a chance to take down one of the top teams from Indonesia.
dapat. Gila.
Having a little bit of a hard time.
Masih ada pasif dah coy.
Nana gonna go ahead and proc
Nana.
that gift to keep him in this game.
Nananya masih ada pasif.
Found a body so far.
Yep. With all due fairness for FireFlux Esports, they're keeping up, and it seems like they're not overly aggressive. They're not wasting some of their early HP or early deaths whatsoever. Like even TNC committing the brilliance just to get out. They understand the situation where they only team fight around the neutral objectives and they only have to wait for the late game anyway.
Terlalu
They don't
slow
really want to be
mainnya.
aggressive. But Onic decides, okay, why don't we try to steal this? Kairi
Yeah,
is
they
a
are gonna try
retribution
and
a level
contest.
ahead.
Kairi.
Find a way to disrupt Tinzy in the early
Awas,
game.
ada Cici belakang.
The early game damage he's looking for, and I think that's what Onic is trying to lean into. They're like, hey, they're going a little unorthodox with the drafting. If we can make them uncomfortable, we can kind of lean into that and make that work in our favor. But FireFlux
Menit
Esports
keempat
clapping back,
masih
doing a
kosong-kosong
good
ya.
job on kind of contesting the
Belum
invasions
ada
from
first
Onic in
blood.
their jungle.
However, they're not able to defend the
Turtle.
turtle as Onic just executed easily. Kairi still has the retribution, steals the buff. Classic
Ruby.
Kairi from Onic.
Yeah, classic.
Netor.
Big play from Boots, opening up the
Martis,
opportunity with the final
mantap
slash.
Kairi.
Kairi with the alley-oop will take down TNZ with the decimation. First blood on the board for Onic.
Oh man, that's great aggression
Tanknya
from Onic.
diabaikan aja ya.
First, they went in for the purple
Begitulah
buff
cara
for
main
an attempt on the invade.
yang baik dan
I'm
benar.
not sure that FireFlux Esports was able
Tank
to
itu
fend
pukulnya
that
di
off.
akhir
It
cuy,
meant
jangan
that
di
they had to
awal.
utilize their Minoan Fury on Apex 47 and the early stages of the game.
Abaikan
that
aja
ultimate is
tanknya ya guys ya.
quite long when it comes to like its
Utamakan Maxmin dan jungle
after Onic had the
ataupun
free
mage
pass to
cuy.
go to the turtle, then Kairi didn't have to commit anything, any retribution for that. So they had another round of invasion onto the orange buff this time of FireFlux Esports. So that's well calculated and very natural kind of movements coming out from
Orange
Onic,
buff.
knowing full well that Apex 47, every time he commits the Minoan Fury that does not net a kill for FireFlux Esports, they buy what? 1 or 2 minutes of gameplay.
2 minutes.
Definitely kind of leaning forward into that. I mean, you're talking about the Lunox in the jungle being good with early aggression, but with Kairi able to take her down, that's going to put her in a little bit of a disadvantage rotating around the map. Definitely going to have to be a little bit more careful. I mean, they lost that first neutral objective turtle, and then also losing their jungler on top of that is going to put Onic at a big advantage. Now leading by 3,000 gold. Then just being
Mati kah tuh?
needs to get out of there. Albert trying to
Mati lah kau deh.
first. 2 kills left unanswered so far. Onic
Aja
leading
gitu.
the way,
Ayo
but
Kairi.
set onto the orange buff.
Kairi.
I'm offended.
Wah,
Over there from Kiboy.
ulti kuning dia cuy. Jadi selamat.
Kairi with the steal. Grant
Ulti cahaya.
Oh my god, the timing coming out from Kairi. And then obviously the crowd control immunity that you
Ultimate
get
kuning
from
ya.
the Ashura's aura, or Wrath, Ashura's Wrath from Martis. My god, that was... he planned that so well. He knew that eventually the Minotaur will go for the Minoan's Fury. And
Turtle.
it paid dividends for Onic. Again, they're just taking away
Turtle
far
yang
from
pertama
TNZ.
dapat, turtle yang kedua
And as a
dapat.
Lunox, you don't want to ever be in this kind of spot. It's difficult to play catch up when you're playing Lunox.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle now for TNZ trying to catch up. Definitely going to have to play a little
Boots.
bit more passive, cool, calm, and collective. But speaking of cool, calm, and collective, the rotations.
Sabar,
So far
sabar,
from Onic
sabar.
have
Ada
been
Cici di
on
bawah.
point. Almost able to claim that turret on the top side, putting a lot of pressure into the mid lane, and it will fall. Now they'll be able to invade the jungle of FireFlux Esport with ease. As you are going to see on the bottom side, another turret will fall into Onic's hands. Looks like Alien was not able to finish
Mati
it
kah
off.
tuh
And the
Kairi tuh? Kode
invasion
atas.
onto the purple buff. A possible recipe made for disaster for FireFlux Esport. The Lunox jungle just not picking up the pace so far.
Yeah. Again, they forced the Minoan Fury. That's 60 seconds at level 1, where you don't have a big ultimate. Then Kairi, with a massive
The
heavy advantage over
Kairi.
TNZ, there's really no chance at all for FireFlux Esports to defend these invades. Kairi's level 12 at this point.
Wah, Martis.
Kairi able to get that
Wow.
kill. I didn't even. Where did Apex 47 go? It was so quick. I blinked.
Martis,
and he
Martis,
disappeared.
Martis.
Kairi over here pulling out magic tricks. Albert able to claim
Martis
the tier 2
Kairi
turret on the
menggila.
top side. FireFlux Esports now stripped down to their tier 2 turrets.
3-0.
What was that play?
3-0 diambil carry semua ya guys ya.
Literally like a fraction of a second.
Bahaya.
A Minotaur, a tanky hero, gone in a fraction of a second from the combo of Onic. And it was just the one displacement tool coming up from Kairi that the Mortal Coil was used and was able to snag Apex 47 in the bad spot. It allowed for the rest of Onic. I didn't even remember who else is there. I only remember Kairi and just the immense amount of farm.
The
in this
Kairi.
Martis. Level 13 at 9 minutes.
Lordnya
Level
dipegang
13 at
Onic.
9 minutes.
He has double the amount of gold
my
as Tinzy
word.
right now, too. Tinzy was at
Lotnya
3,000.
dipegang Onic.
6,000 right now. 3 kills in and another objective into his hands. Definitely taking advantage of the early phase. Can still play. Called in, though.
Sans,
Stand.
sans.
One-man army. Use the black shoes. Minoan Fury will drop down from Apex 47, but at what cost is Boots?
Wah,
Take him
Minotaur.
down.
No exchange. However, FireFlux, fortunately, that's a Minotaur, but he did commit the ultimate again, so that's another 60 seconds that they don't have the Mino and Fury. On defense mode now for FireFlux Esports, so what they
Bagian
can
bawah
do
dapat
is just
itu.
wait for Onic to get in front of their base. And the best case scenario for FireFlux Esports at this point is to
Menit
not lose
ke-9
multiple
beda
games.
golnya
That is the only that's the only
3
W that they can
ribuan.
actually hope
Hampir
for
10 ribu ya.
at this point. Will Onic allow them to do that? It seems like Onic are clinically
Lot
taking over
bagian
this
tengah.
game.
Masuk
They
jalan
have a
lotnya.
composition to be able to kind of end this early if they kind of play it
Early
right?
game
We're
udah
seeing
hancur.
FireFlux
Tower.
on a stand, not trying to allow this Lord to take this inhibitor.
Masih
It will
terlalu
fall.
kuat cuy.
Looks like Onic was not able to open up the base. They may have to put punches here.
Bahaya
They don't
gameplay
have
Onic
minions in
ya.
every single lane to be able to contest, but they may still go in for it. I mean, they're early
Masih
aggressive for a
terlalu
reason,
ngeri
right? They
Onic.
pick this composition with Kairi on the Martis to bridge that gap in the early game, and that is exactly what he has done so far, leading highest kills on the game, 3-0-0.
Leading.
Oh my, I'm out of words. It's Onic just like I said, systematically, clinically going for the siege. Safely Kiboy.
Kiboy.
Connecting on to Apex 47.
Tebal
Almost first
kali
hit down,
Minotaurnya.
Albert. Chunking him very low. Will make his way back over to the base for some regen. Definitely rethinking that decision. Need to be a little bit more careful. I mean, he's easily bursted down. He's the beefiest one on the team. So he's definitely going to have to be careful. I mean, they don't have a strong frontline composition. They have him and Alien to be able to contest. And right now, Onic already leading the way, almost up by 10,000 gold.
Bagian bawah dapat.
First 12 minutes of today's
Belum ya.
match.
Tough break for FireFlux Esports. They did secure their turret out to the bottom lane, but it seems like they can't get out of their base.
The bottom
Onyx think that,
lane.
okay, let's forego our own jungle. Let's take over
Balik,
their jungle.
balik,
So
Onic,
there's no
balik, Onic.
recovery whatsoever from FireFlux Esports.
Objektif,
Yenzi is just,
objektif.
he's
Oh, enggak
just
ya.
5K
Hajar
at
ya.
this point. And Kairi is just like dominating him so
Bagian atasnya
badly.
Claude nge-push.
Onic just shows us how to clinically,
Masih dapat situ.
systematically win the game in a perfect manner.
Speaking of systematically, Sunshine, though, top side, we'll be able to clear some of those minions, trying to open up the opportunity, trying to find a trade somewhere on the map. And
Takut
a
dia.
good job finding his way to the top side to be able to get those minions there. I don't think he'll be able to clear it, though. You are going to go ahead and see Boots try and get there in time. He may be able to get it, though. But
Balik dulu, sabar dulu,
where his
lot
head is,
dulu,
right? He's
baru maju
definitely
lagi.
focusing on these objectives, even when they're down by such a major deficit. It's not even a high kill game. This is just overall Onic dominating in the early phase and getting to those objectives first. Look at it already, pulling the aggro.
Oh,
for his
no.
Lord. Ooh, big setup though. Yours Aura will connect. Rosa. Melina's gift will be procced. Onic on the chase though. They've spotted out the back lane. You're gonna see
Albert, bahaya
He's gonna go ahead
Albert.
and get shut down, finding his second death of the game. Onic now leading, unanswered, 5 kills ahead, and leading by 10K with the Luminous Lord claimed in their favor.
Sans actually forced
Bawahnya
Apex
hancur,
47
tengahnya
to go out,
hancur,
and
lotnya
now
menuju ke
TNC
tengah.
had to pop the Brilliance once again. Fortunately for all of the changes that we
5-0
know for the Lunox now,
dengan
Brilliance
networknya
and
beda
for the Chaos is
11.000 cuy.
in terms of the cooldown, so you have to wait
Udahlah.
20 to 30 seconds.
Ente.
That's down.
Udah jauh kali beda itu.
Just get find an opening to make
Sabar
this
dia, tunggu lot dia,
jungle
tunggu lot dia.
even
Sabar.
bearable at this point. Another Brilliance used. Sans is just destroying
Sans.
Flux Esports now.
And it looks like they may go in for a possible game ender. Look at the Luminous Lord in the mid lane. Lanes are being synced currently for Onic. I mean, look at Kiboy, right? He's looking for that setup. A major I'm finna make it on the
Kiboy.
way. The placement is crucial. Luminous Lord makes
Maju,
his way into the base.
maju.
Onic on the way, raising that banner high for Indonesia, trying to claim this game with an early finish at the 13-minute mark. Luminous
Atasnya
Lord very
hancur,
low, though.
mantap.
Will be bursted down big. Fury response from
Mati dia.
Find the kill and shut him down with the decimation. Brilliance activated from TNZ. Alien trying to frontline the damage. Kairi will get
Wah,
another.
Kairi.
Gets a double kill and shuts him down. Blazing duet from Sunshine. Trying
Wah,
to grab these
Kairi.
lane. Kiboy with the set. Kiiri with the kill.
Gila,
Looks like they will be
Kairi.
able to get another. TNZ will find Kairi though. But Onic
Ente ya guys ya, 1-0.
early finish in game 1 of the semifinals.
Kita lanjut ke game yang kedua.
Very dominant.